hours, which is the groundwork with the machinery needed and operators that are available. Dates will be set later. And that's it.
Any questions on the minutes? Have a motion to accept. Karen Jackson, second. Ponton Jones. Any opposed? Treasury report, Ms. Vicky.
If you, did not pick up one when you came in, I tried to hit you at your table. We'll look first at the BCHA, it's highlighted in yellow. Did y'all get in that, all down that way? Did y'all get some of Yellow highlight is BCHA account. The expenditures for the past month are on there. If you have questions, just ask me and I will tell you, what the specifics are. Like the golf cart, $1,000. That's new batteries. So some of the items are maintenance that had to be done. And the current balance is at the bottom of the page, 17,963.71. On the back of that is the construction fund or the campus dweller fund. And again, it has all of its expenses listed for the past month. And again, you see some big amounts. The grounds upkeep, that was the lawnmower repair. The big diesel zero turn that we got from the county needed major repair to start the year. The phase 2 money is what we have put into the campsites 51 through 100. And then the balance at this time is 14,788.97 in that account. These are two separate bank accounts. Sassy tells us right at 23 or 2400. Now the green sheet is from the spring ride. We did not make as much as we had hoped that we would, but our idea of concessions didn't quite work out the way we had hoped. So we have several $100s worth of concessions that we will use at the next ride. So the next spring ride will probably look like it makes a lot more money than this one, but we're actually going to be sharing some of this. Okay. So, any questions?
Do I have a motion to accept the treasury report? Tim Farmer made the motion, anybody second it? Judy Carroll seconds it. Any opposed? Membership report.
Currently, we have 103 memberships, which adds up to be 182 separate members. 95 are from the state of Alabama, 1 from Tennessee, 1 from Indiana, 5 from Georgia, and 1 from Florida.
Have a motion to accept the membership report. Stephanie Sellers, second. David Duvall. Any opposed? Trail manager, you have a report? No report at this time. Vice chairman.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind everybody of the second spring ride coming up and, spring clean? Yeah, public day, where it's just open to the public, no charge. I hope everybody puts out the word and we get a good crowd in.
All right, thank you, Ryan. Is there anything else on the old business before we move on to new business? Sure.
Who's our liaison?
We don't have one right now.
Why
I'll explain that here shortly.
Okay.
Anything else on old business? All right, we're gonna move on to, well, John. Nothing on the obstacle course just yet? Okay. All right, so we're gonna move on to new business. I want to jump ahead of just a minute here, Jerry, if you don't mind. All right, we all talked about there was gonna be separation. That separation is happening now. So there's a board, 7-panel board been set up, the business license and all have been applied for. So May 30th is the deadline for it. So May 30th, I'll go ahead and tell you guys now, I'm giving you a 30-day notice that I am resigning as chairman May 30th. I will be appointed to this new board by Calhoun County. The county commissioners will be out of it at that point in time. This board will run it the same as they do Jamie Furnace. There will be tax money through the state and city. We'll have to pay lodging tax, city tax, and state Alabama tax. We will only be exempt from federal tax. So all of that is coming by May 30th will be the deadline for that. So with that said, I will stay around to help Ronnie. He and I've already talked, figure out how we're gonna do the replacements for the people who will be stepping down from positions. So backcountry horsemen will then be exactly what they're supposed to be, which is what it says at the top of our purpose on our bylaws and the state and national bylaws. You will be a volunteer organization, or we will, I'll still be a member, a volunteer organization that helps maintain, build trails, and assist with government projects. So, at this time, I will announce the board members.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Can you please provide more detail on what this separation entails and who has authority over what?
The board will have full authority over Camp McClellan Horse Trails and Campground.
Which board?
The board of Camp McClellan Horse Trails and Campground Incorporated.
And what does that entail?
When you say entail, what do you
Does
mean?
that entail our membership dues? Does that entail
No.
our fees that
No,
we
no, no,
pay
no.
to ride? What
That's
all does
not,
that entail?
that's not BCHA. BCHA will be so totally separate. Any membership dues will go to BCHA.
What about ride fees?
All of that will go to the new board. Yes.
And who will determine those fees and who will impose those fees?
Those fees have already been determined, and those fees will be imposed by the Calhoun County Sheriff's Department.
They're going to be imposed by the sheriff's department?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense. How would the sheriff's department impose fees? Certainly you mean the commission or the county authority is imposing the fees.
The county commission has agreed that the sheriff's department will be the providing law enforcement over this property starting May 30th.
Granted, who's determining the fees?
The fees have
amount of
already
fee-
been determined.
By whom?
Well, that was kind of set with the county commission several years ago.
Was it then?
Yes.
Interesting. So we're going to take what we now have as McClellan Horse Trails, our authority to set fees, and we're going to hand this to the board. But we've been told now that we had authority over that, and we're losing that authority as been given. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and you're saying on the record that the county established the fees that are charged for riding.
Yes, JDSD.
Okay, so the $5 ride fee that was recently imposed is part of the county?
That's been a part of this the whole time.
And so for membership,
Yes.
the fees that are now being applied to members who don't volunteer according to the latest rules, that was imposed by the county.
Yes.
Very interesting. Thank you for stating that on the record.
All right. Any other questions? So your board members will be Cheryl Butler from Calhoun County, Craig Walter from Calhoun County, Dick Pritchett from Calhoun County. That's your Calhoun County representatives on this board. From the equestrian side, it's going to be Yvonne Studebaker, Vicky Skelly, Keith Glenn, and myself, Chad Jones. That's your 7-panel board. The The 3 appointments from the county will be 3-year appointment the first year. After that, they will be 2 years. The 4 appointments from the equestrian side will be 2 years for the first appointment, and then every 2 years after that. That is to stagger the 3 and the 4. That offsets it to get the stagger going.
So sorry, who decides, how are board members decided on?
Yeah.
Who's
Who
decided
decides
who
who's
gets
on
the
the
board?
board? Who's appointing the board?
Who's appointing the board? The,
Who said you
The
do?
position is appointed, there has to be, there has to be a ruling authority that appoints that position. Who
Yeah.
is that ruling authority?
yeah, from this point forward, after this first appointment, the board will vote its own replacements in.
Who made the first appointment?
The first appointment was a list of names presented to the Calhoun County Commission.
When was that?
So that's been months and months ago.
Who provided the names?
I did.
Well, isn't that nice? We didn't know anything
So
about it.
nobody checked, like, these weren't voted, like, you just picked them and gave them to the county and that's it?
That's exactly right.
For the membership's notice, this is authoritarian behavior. We're gonna cover this more in a moment.
We can cover it all you want to, but what they asked me was a list of names who is highly, highly involved in Count McClellan Horse Trails, and that's the names I gave.
And you didn't feel necessary to talk to the membership about that, since this is a membership-driven organization.
This is a membership organization. that's
Right,
good.
and who do you represent when you're talking to the county?
Well, at this time, I was representing Count McClellan Horse Trails.
Thank you.
Campground.
And
Yes.
so wouldn't that be interesting business for the membership to be aware of?
I've been telling the membership there was gonna be a split for quite a while.
Did you tell the
And
membership
so
there was
you
gonna?
know, if you didn't listen in the last meeting, that the national chairman for Backcountry Horsemen and the state chairman for Backcountry Horsemen sent emails to the county commission requesting a separation from Backcountry Horsemen and Count McClellan Horse Trails.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. That's not the question. The question is, how did you decide who gets to be on the board?
I was asked to do it.
And why didn't you bring it before the membership?
Well, why would
Who asked you to do it?
I? The county commission.
Why would I? That's your answer. Why would I? Because you are the chairman of this organization.
Exactly.
This organization has many members that may be interested.
So do
in
you think
participating.
that the people who elected me?
We elected you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
should
trust
you
my
report
decision.
to us, sir?
So why don't you trust my
denies
decision?
all this. My commissioner says, like, he says this is not happening.
Mine too.
My commissioner
Like,
says this
he
doesn't
didn't have
exist.
any idea when we went to the
That's
county
the current
commission
commission, not JD
on
who asked you,
Thursday.
that's the current.
Jason
Terry
hasn't
Howell.
been on there. But Terry Howell and Fred Wilson had no knowledge of
None.
any of this. And I sat in the chamber's office last Thursday.
Well, I will promise you that they are very aware of what's going on here because I have worked very hard and long hours with Julie Borelli and Drew Center, which is attorney at law, to develop all of this to make it go forward. So I will tell you, they know about it. The problem we have is when we set this up, how many times do we tell everybody, the county commission does not want to get involved in this. Do not get the county commission involved in it. Don't go to the county commission. Leave them alone, leave them alone, leave them alone. And with everybody hounding them and hounding them and hounding them, this is the result of it.
Is that the lease?
We were under, no, this is not the lease.
What is that that you're showing? us?
This is the business. Count McClellan Horse Trails and Campground Incorporated.
From the county?
This is from the 2 attorneys, yes.
Do you have copies of that perhaps?
Not at this time, I don't.
Can we see that?
No, this is what's going to the Attorney General's office. I'm just telling you, this business is built. Once the Attorney General signs off on it, I will provide copies at the county store.
What is that exactly?
This is the current bylaws and conflict of interest that goes to the Attorney General and Secretary of State.
Does that show where our commissioners did all this?
Yes, you'll see Julie Borelli all in here.
No,
She's not a
our
commissioner.
She's not a
commissioners.
She is hired by the commission as the county attorney.
Okay?
So, that's,
Once again, she is an attorney that's hired by the commission to give legal advice, but she is not a ruling authority or an elected official
Right.
able to implement any type of policy or anything inside the
can't
county.
give
Only a
that.
county commission as a
so
whole operating as a.
they gave her the authority to work with Drew Center to develop this. This is going forward. okay?
Don't count on it.
But that wasn't a proclamation that was signed, right?
Do what now?
They haven't signed a proclamation
Are you still
on
there?
that you're holding here.
Oh, actually, yes, basically they have.
Basically, well, hold on, please, point of order. Basically, they have, which
Yes.
either they did or they did not.
No,
You don't
they-
basically sign something.
Well, I don't know all the legal terms to all of this stuff.
Granted.
I'm not an attorney, so I would suggest you can either talk to Drew Center, attorney at law, or Judy Borelli.
I will talk to Julie Borelli.
Okay.
And
That's
I will
all.
also talk to the commission next week.
Yeah, please do.
As the members have noted, this has not been voted on by the commission. This sounds like a very backdoor sort of activity.
Well,
Now,
I've
maybe it's
sat
all
in
legal.
numerous meetings with them where I know
It
that
just
they're
sounds like a
involved.
lot of misinformation, and I would like really good, clear, concise information regarding any of this stuff.
Well, I gave you the board, and I told you exactly
You
what
gave
I
us the
know.
board. We had no say in
You
it
just showed us
whatsoever.
a piece of paper that you're like, well, here's the.
And you won't
proof,
even let
and
us
I'm
look
like,
at it.
We see that, and you're like, no.
Y'all
So I
wanted
don't-
a separation.
Yeah.
Why are we so mad?
Hold on, nobody's discussing that. Nobody's not saying we don't want a separation. But we want it done in a way where we have a say. This is a membership-driven organization. It
Yes,
is not
it
a
is.
dictatorship. It is not an authoritarianship. We didn't nominate a king or an emperor to run for us. He represents us. We're the ones who make the decision. And if we're not careful, we're going to lose all of our influence. It's going to be dictated to us. Do you not understand this? Because this is how this happens. We're going to lose complete autonomy over everything.
Backcountry Horseman at any other location has no authority. And so that's what you're gonna be here. It's the same thing it is at Gunnersville, same thing it is at Wing Creek, same thing it is at, well, Oak Mountain is dissipated, but it's gonna be the same thing.
So we would still have a lease with the commission?
No, and no
No.
other backcountry horseman has a lease, not one.
Interesting.
But they just signed the lease on Thursday for Backcountry Horsemen. The extension of the lease was signed last Thursday in the meeting. I sat and watched it. I took a picture of the lease being signed in the proclamation.
Until they get that back from the,
So
Attorney
now they're
General.
gonna take that back?
Correct, there will be a new lease.
Yes, if you have
Well, so
read
why-
the whole
why weren't
lease,
we
there
made a-
there is a statement in that lease that it will be transferred over to Count McClellan Horse Trails and Campground Incorporated.
So why wasn't that, were you privy to the lease prior to it being signed?
Yes.
When were you privy to that lease? How long has this been in development, that lease?
It's been going on from year to year, since 22.
It
I'm
had
sure.
lapsed. It had
When
lapsed.
was that lease developed that has just been signed? And when did
The
you
new
have a
one
copy
that's
of
gonna
it?
be
And
signed.
why did you not share it with the membership?
Well, I never really had a copy of it. We sat, discussed it.
But it's
it
been
was
since
wrote up.
2022, you just said. We
No,
should
now
have
that copy, we do have.
Well,
And
we have-
everybody's
that's our
had it.
lease, exactly.
It's been available to the members at any time, at least.
I have a copy of that lease,
Well,
thank
good.
you. We're talking about the new lease. Why are you conflating the issue? You know what we're talking
You
about.
just said from 2022.
You're the one who said it's been in order since
Okay, point of
2022.
order.
Yes.
Thank
So to
you.
be clear, there is no, you don't have anything to show us today, there's no paperwork, nothing that you can actually show us about any of this information you're giving us right now.
Correct.
Okay, I think.
So
that
we're
we should probably-
totally trusting your word on all of it.
Well, you don't have to, because there's proper channels you can go through
Thank you.
at the county to pull leases and contracts.
We have the lease. We can't get the new lease because it's not completed. We asked for it.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Will the BCHA new organization, like after this split, have any ability to appoint people to the campground?
What do you mean?
Is there any, like, who's appointing the people to the?
Yeah, are you talking about in a replacement form? Yes, every replacement person will come out of backcountry horsemen. We even went as far as to say the McClellan chapter falls, say they fall. They will then go to the state for a list of names for those replacements on that board.
And how many board members get decided by the BCHA chapter here? How many of the board members on the new Campgrounds Incorporated board get decided on by the BCHA chapter?
Here? Well, I guess all of them would be recommended, but the board would vote whoever's recommended in.
So the 7-person board over the new campground LLC is being picked out of the Backcountry chapter.
Yes.
And voted only by those seven.
So recommended by a panel, not elected.
Correct. Let's say it was my appointment. Y'all send in 3 or 4 names to replace me. The other panel, the other persons in those panels will vote that replacement in. I wouldn't vote my own replacement in, but the other 6 would. It's the way they set up Jamie Furnace, and it's worked great.
But nobody in the
Jane
county
Furnace
is
didn't
on
come
this
from a
new
split.
board.
Yeah, you got 3 county.
Appointees or 3
Yes.
counties? But you just said everybody was from the chapter.
They are. But the county chose 3 that live in the county.
Okay, so the county appoints 3. The
That was
commission,
the original. After that, they'll all come out of Backcountry Horseman.
this is very confusing.
Well, you gotta start somewhere. So your first appointments has gotta be appointed, you know, cause you gotta start it. So the first 3 they wanted to appoint and make sure they lived inside.
Cheryl,
Cheryl Butler,
Craig.
Craig Waldron, and Dick Richards.
Who wanted them appointed? Who are we talking about when you say that?
The county commission asked for names from the county. I gave them the names from the county off of our membership list.
Ask you.
Okay, now there were more names on there than just those 3.
You provided 3 names that
Now,
live
I
in the
provided a
county.
bunch more than 3 names. I said this in answer to them, yes.
So just to summarize, a new organization has been set up. You single-handedly have decided who's going to be on that board.
No,
And,
no, you keep saying that, but I'm telling you, all I provided was a list of names.
The county
But they went with the
commissioners.
They went by-
did?
They did not go with all my names. There's several appointments that I wanted on there they didn't go
Who
with.
chose the people? Who specifically chose the people? That's what I'm asking. Was it
Yeah.
you? Was it Terry Howe? Was it Julie Borelli? Was it the commission in a meeting? Who-
Jonathan went through name by
Jonathan
name.
Gaddy chose the people.
He went through, he presented them to the commission, they voted down 2 names. So we had to go back, get 2 more off the list, and we kept doing that till we got names that they
So
agreed
the
upon.
county administrator presented your names to the commission and they voted them in.
Yes,
When did this happen?
it's been going on for months.
In any public meetings, meeting minutes, any, like, or is this
Work
been
session.
quiet in a back room?
Yes, work session.
And Gaddy picked everybody.
Well, he gave the names, and the commissioners chose who they wanted.
So just to be clear, all 5 commissioners sat, evaluated the list of names, and picked who was going to be.
The only one that wasn't present that I can remember was Sherry.
And can you tell us exactly what meeting that was so we can get a copy of the minutes?
Of the work session.
That was,
It was strictly on a work session, or was it a meeting of the county commission?
It's had to be
to me, it was a work session of the county commission.
But you don't know which work session it was in.
Well, there were several of them.
Do you know a starting date, February, January, March?
No, I can't.
Can't give us
It's
any
been this year.
information. No information.
Yeah, it's been this year.
All right.
It's been a while, because I've been having to go to the city, county, and with the attorneys, it's back and forth.
I don't want to keep a count.
In all of that time, you couldn't find a moment to let us know about it.
No,
If you have been at the meeting.
I haven't heard the first discussion of names being provided.
How many people in here have heard me tell this separation coming?
heard the separation, yeah,
There
but
you
not
are.
Where have we heard
I
a
think you're
discussion of
talking
the
about the
names?
the process. We heard about that we were gonna be separated, but not the process about having these names turned into the county commissioners that they ask. You know, I would feel like that our membership would like to know that there are names that are gonna be presented.
The names that was presented was notified before I presented them.
But still, we're back to,
But the
you
members
picked
didn't.
them out.
Right,
did.
You
yeah.
told them you picked them, and you gave them to the county, and you didn't tell us.
Not the membership.
We had nothing to do with
I
it.
did.
Right.
You acted in an authoritarian manner, did you not agree?
Am I not the chair?
You're the chairman presiding over meetings. You are not the president. You are not a dictator. You are not the emperor. You are a chairman. It has very specific roles. We will look at the membership meetings in a moment, and it does not give you the authority to do any of that. Very specifically, it limits your authority quite specifically.
It's just kind of weird that you're representing, like you're the representative of this organization, but in this context, it sounds like you're acting alone, and you're just now secondhand informing us of things you've done, not in the interest of the organization.
But you promote
It
your
was,
self-interest.
it was in the interest of the organization as a whole, because I've been being pushed
But according to you.
by the nationals and by the state.
Don't invoke the national estate. That's immaterial. The fact remains.
How is
before
that
the-
immaterial?
Because the fact remains before the membership that you picked the names of your own volition, no one had a review, no one had a say, and you submitted them.
No, no.
That's what we're talking
That is
about.
correct. I was asked by the Calhoun County Commission to do so.
Right, and could you not have included us in that
But were
discussion?
you asked by the county commission as the leader of the BCHA organization, or were you asked by the county commission as an individual?
Well, they asked me to give them a list of names of the people who was very dedicated to making this place grow and be successful. And
Do
that's what
you
they did.
believe that you were asked as the individual?
I
or you
would,
were
in
asked-
more of an
Can I
individual, I
finish?
guess.
Can I
Yeah,
finish?
I will say it as an individual.
You were asked as an individual.
Yes.
Representing your own self-interest and not the interest.
Not my
of the
self-interest, no. The interest of Camp McClellan Horse Trails Incorporated.
But as an individual.
But
Yes.
but they came to you.
And you don't see how those two would have conflict with each other. You don't see an issue with that whatsoever.
Well, I see that our chapter was already in conflict.
And I wonder why.
I mean, there's a word
Did
for
you?
that. we call it-
Yeah, no, I don't wonder why. That was a rhetorical statement, young man.
That's irrelevant to what we're discussing right now.
It is.
Well, that was the
So you're
push that pushed it
representing
over the
Backcountry
edge.
McClellan chapter, and you're representing this other new organization. You're speaking for both organizations, that's a conflict of interest. You can't be both.
That's why I just told you when this.
But when you were,
But you did it.
like that's
Stepping
after the
down.
fact. When you were doing it, you were acting
And
in both positions. That's a conflict of interest.
Yes.
Well, I was acting along with the state and nationals.
That, they didn't ask you to do that.
No.
They didn't ask you to, they asked for a separation. They didn't ask you to become the chairman of both entities.
Well, you need to call and talk to Scott Flannery,
Well, and I talk to Craig Furtick regularly.
please.
But that's not what they intended. Just because they said we shouldn't be doing all of this doesn't mean you get to make your own choices and make your own, like, speculation of what that means. They didn't ask you to be the leader of two organizations as a conflict of interest and make decisions like on your own for all of us. If the Backcountry chapter was the unit or the membership-based organization that's providing these 7 people, then the membership should be choosing them. The membership should be able to speak up and say, I want to do that, I would like to be nominated to do that. This is a membership-based nonprofit. Everything you do is at our will. So you're the head of 2 organizations that are in huge conflict of interest in each other, and you're the one making all the calls, and that's just not how any of this is created to happen.
Well, let me ask this question. How many in here want to see Camp McClellan Horse Trails and Campground be very successful and stay around for generations and generations to come?
That's a red herring.
Now, how in the
That's not
hell
the
is that a
question.
conflict
I don't,
of
I'm
interest?
not gonna get into volatile, like, that
Well,
kind of
so,
stuff is not.
I think I've
We're all-
answered all the questions that I can answer
We're
on
all
them.
here
So-
because we care. We're not here to separate from everybody. We're here because we care. Let's just go ahead and assume that. We don't need to be taking a vote on who cares more. We're just here together because we all care. And if you were a good leader, you wouldn't ask stupid things like that.
Well, if I was a good leader, I
If you were a
guess,
good leader, you wouldn't sit up here and try to separate people.
well, if you was a good member, you would be here on work days.
I
You
will
would
work
be
for
here to
a
help us
good
make
leader.
money.
Point of
I
order.
work
That
for a
is-
good leader.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Because you're supposed to be a neutral person.
I got you.
Let me have it.
Everybody just calm down.
All right. This is ridiculous.
Yes, it
It is ridiculous. We
Everybody,
concur.
okay.
Listen to her before you
Thank
say
you.
something.
You're correct.
No.
Thank you. One person
The
has to
state
speak.
told us 2 years ago that they wanted McClellan out from under the BCHA nonprofit. because of the amount of money. So this has been coming about for 2.5 years or better now. You're being so belligerent to Chad, and somebody had to take the steps. He's the one that did have to put in a lot of hours with the county commission. And it's taken a lot of soul searching from those of us that decided to take that step forward. So yes, I was approached because I am the treasurer for both organizations. And I chose to go with the campground because I know that Ashley can step back in and take over for BCHA and want me to be.
Where is Ashley, by the way? I wonder. Would you like
I
to
don't
tell us?
think
She
Mr.
still has
Flora?
the floor.
That's not the
Can I-
point of
I'm sorry.
discussion.
She still has the floor.
She has the floor.
Just sit down.
We need to all control ourselves tonight. It's not been signed, like you keep saying. Where's the signature? Where's the signature? No, it's not signed yet. It's not going into effect until May 30th. He told you that. If you have questions, he's told you all he knows. You can contact the county people, Miss Borelli.
Really?
Is the name that we give to people when they have questions. But this is not the time or the place.
Honey, this is exactly the time. This is
No,
what we're here for. Yes.
It's really not, because we
is.
don't have
Well,
the papers.
You took the microphone, your point was to stop what? That we're here together, we all care. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
We're all
and we
here 'cause
do.
We care.
But people are starting to get too angry, and they're starting to get up out of their seats, and I don't think that's necessary. I don't think that's why we're here. We're here because we love this place. And all of us in here put in a lot of time.
Correct.
So let's keep that in mind and go forward as best we can. We can't please everybody.
Matt,
Question everything.
Yes, sir, you have the floor now.
some of y'all may know me, I'm new here, okay? So I just joined here a few while, and you know what? I read the bylaws of Backcountry Horsemen. I joined this because I love agriculture, and I'm trying to promote, my children trying to promote agriculture in this county. We have a county commission that loves agriculture and tries to promote it, okay? Anybody who follows FFA, my daughter is very well known inside of FFA. She's an amazing woman, okay? I joined this club a few months ago, and you know what? Ever since I've joined this club, it seems like you don't want to grow your membership, you want to kick people out. There's a personal friend and a mentor of my daughter, and that's my youngest daughter, who brings her out of here, doesn't charge her, out of her own free will and love for this place. Teaches and gives my daughter horse trails out here, gets a letter from Mr. Jones over here that is correctly worded that she has been evicted from the McClellan Horse Trails and she is no longer allowed to come out here. Okay? I'm a law enforcement officer. I've been a law enforcement officer in this county for over 20 years. Okay? I know you can't evict somebody from a property that they don't reside at. So that language was false. Somebody, whoever wrote that, didn't know what they were saying. And it was just an attempt to simply bully somebody and intimidate them, okay? They were using language that they thought that they knew. You can't evict somebody that doesn't reside at some place, okay? You can trespass them, but here's the other thing is this is public property, okay? And it is owned by the Calhoun County. It's owned by Calhoun County. It is given permission to the Back Horse Countrymen's Association to manage and to promote its use, but it is still public property. You cannot trespass somebody from public property if you are just simply overseeing a property, okay? First meeting I come to, you're trying to kick another member out, now you're telling member, intimidating another member who comes out here, who helps the 4-H Horse Club, which is the other reason that I joined here, because I'm involved in 4-H, who meet out here regularly, and that we have a group of young kids all through the county that don't have access to horses or things like that. They can come out here and can learn about horsemanship and equestrianship and agriculture, and we can promote that, because isn't that what we want?
Yes.
Isn't our children our future? Or do we want a riding club?
We want to
riding
promote,
club.
and we're gonna bring more people in, and we want everybody to fill on this campground. We want kids involved. We want everybody involved. And you just said what's been going on for 2.5 years has been coming, but when I brought it up in the fall, y'all tried to kick me out for it, the contradiction is strong here. Thank you, Mr. Kern.
I
That
do
was
think
great.
that this is where we need to talk about it though, because just like you said, we're brand new. That is my husband. We're brand new, and so coming in, we were super excited, and we got to see the lowest. I mean, like that whole thing about kicking out another member, and then we come back here, and then we're dealing with this whole kicking out another member, or whatever that is, and that's affecting us personally. So yeah, we want to be here, and then we get introduced to there's going to be a separation. I did know about the separation. I was listening. I've been to the meetings, but I didn't know anything about the boards and all that. So, but this is the place where we're supposed to come together and figure it all out. And hear, what's your opinion, and how do we do this together if we're in this together? But we can't do this together if we just shut everybody out and say, y'all go talk to the county. Because I've been there. I work at the county office, I work with 4-H, and so I go to all those county commission meetings, and I listen to everything that I can so that I can help our horse club, and so I can help BCHA or whatever, so that I can stay connected in here, because this is fabulous for our children. But they're not gonna give me any answers. I don't have any way of confronting anybody except for those commissioners. So if we don't talk about it here, and you're like, you just need to go to the county and talk about it. If we create a shitstorm up at the county, then they're not gonna like it either, and they're not gonna be able to give me the answers that BCHA is doing, because they're not over you. Like, I just wanted to understand how this is gonna work and how it's gonna benefit everybody, and not just one person. And I desperately need for somebody to make a motion about Miss Ashley and her absence here, because I need her to be here on Monday. I have multiple competitions with my 4-H people who are in May, coming up in less than 2 weeks. And so we have to have those people that are the most important present, because, you know, we can't take these 4-Hers. I know not enough to take these 4-Hers by myself to these horse things. And that's what BCHA was gonna do, was push us all the way through these competitions. So, let's discuss it, let's talk about it, and let's get it back to being good, and get everybody on the same page.
Thank you, Chrissy.
First, I'll answer you. This is a lease agreement here. So basically, we have a lease on this property. Just because the county owns property, don't make it public. They own the county commission building.
No, that's exactly what makes it public.
No, it's not. Well, do this. Drive over to the county commission building, kick the front door in, and sit there and see what happens. You'll be arrested for breaking and entering. Yes, it's public property. That don't mean you get use of it at any time you want. You know, that's any property. Go to a state park and go in without paying. See what happens. You'll be arrested. We have a lease agreement with Calhoun County, which, just like if you leased a home.
Did you have someone fail to pay?
Oh yes, we've had that several accounts. But the problem we have is you can't blame everybody in this room for the actions of one. You have to be responsible for your own actions, and that's all I'm going to speak on that. So, anything else on that subject needs to go through Drew Center, attorney at law. I've handed it over there. So that's the last I'm going to speak on that. We're going to move forward. Is there anything else? Jerry? Anything else before I close this meeting?
I have if you will, Mr. Chair, I request the floor for a governance question that affects writing membership benefits. Do I have the floor? Thank you. I have a short reference sheet. We have a handout. If you do it, handout number 1. If everybody would get a copy of this or share and look at the handout. It is excerpts from the bylaws. My name is Jim Athan. Been a member since 2017, I believe. Don't ride much. Okay, I don't ride at all. Be nice. So I have a short sheet containing the relevant bylaw provisions, and I would like to provide those copies, is what we're doing now, to the chair and the secretary as well as the membership for their reference and consideration. And for the record, Mrs. Secretary, I would like these included in the minutes, please.
I'll just attach that.
I'm sorry?
I'll just attach that when she.
You'll,
Attach it. She will
thank
attach
you.
it.
All right. Does everybody have a copy that they can reference? Right. So you have membership handout number 1. This is a QR code. If you take your phone and shoot the QR code with your camera, you can go and get a link to the entire membership bylaws. They're all available, and they're available at that link. Our bylaws are very clear. Article 8, if you want to reference, Section 1 states, the power and authority of this organization shall be vested in the membership. The officers shall conform to the wishes and instructions of the membership. It further states, when the organization is not in session, the officers will have all needful authority to manage the activities of the organization. Article 4, Section 1 states, dues shall be determined by majority vote of the membership. So while officers manage operations between meetings, the membership holds the authority, especially regarding membership obligations, fees, and benefits. Can the chair please confirm that the current policy that members no longer receive free day rides, free stalls, or free primitive camping and must earn vouchers through approved volunteer hours or otherwise pay ride and stall fees?
Well, I want to clarify something else before we get to that point.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman, you are to be a neutral presider of these hearings, not to be an arguer. If you would like to argue,
I'm
you need to
not,
step down.
but I think we need to clarify what you're reading right here. Because where you were reading here,
I have the floor, Mr. Chairman. I just asked you a simple question. Can you confirm that the benefits have been changed?
Yes.
Thank you. So my question is this. Can the chair identify the membership meeting where the membership voted to remove the free riding, free camping, and free horse trails and replace them with the current policy?
Refuse to answer.
You refuse to answer.
I do.
Good, then I'll proceed as if the answer
I will
is
refuse
no.
to answer on the grounds that you are taking what is written in these bylaws in the wrong context.
Interesting.
Context.
So let me ask the question again. The question is very plain. It has nothing to do with the bylaws. Can you identify the membership meeting where we voted to change the free camping, free horse stalls and replace them with the current policy? No, you cannot. Thank you.
Excuse me,
Yes.
I attended a meeting and we did discuss that. I don't remember the date, I'm sorry, I cannot give that to you, but that was discussed in one of our meetings.
Was it voted on by the membership?
Yes.
Was it noted in the minutes? Do we have a copy of that in the minutes?
Again,
Mr. Secretary?
I don't know the date.
I was not the secretary at that time. I want to say it was in July of 25-ish.
But it was addressed.
So can anyone produce these minutes in the record of that vote?
It was addressed, it was not voted.
It was what?
addressed but not voted, right?
It was addressed but not voted
Excellent,
for the
thank you.
record.
Because I was here.
All right, so at this point, I would like to provide a second handout containing the February 21st, 2026 recording and transcript and a December 23rd meeting minutes. And I've got excerpts from a previous meeting where it was voted on. And I've also got excerpts from a previous meeting where we had comments from the chair. You would pass those out, please.
Here, Tom.
You will notice when you get your handout, again, there is a transcript of meeting from the last meeting. You can also listen to the transcript. You can listen to the meeting yourself by clicking that QR code. We are trying to do everything as transparent as possible. But you can listen to the meeting yourself, and you can read the transcript along. Also, on the second part, there are meeting minutes from a December 23rd, or December of 2023 meeting, December 30th of 2023, and you can look at the full minutes here if you'd like to see the whole thing, or you can go back and look at the Facebook post where the change was made. So, for the record, during a prior membership discussion, benefits based on a 2/21/2026, which is just 2 months ago, we were asked about restoring benefits until there was a vote. And the chair stated, and I quote, "There was no vote to put it in." That statement is important because it directly claims there was no prior membership vote establishing those benefits.
No vote for the free membership.
For the record, the minutes that you have before you at the bottom directly contradict that statement. They reflect that Jerry Roach proposed to leave member benefits the same, include free stalls and no charge for day rides. Craig Waldron seconded, and the membership voted unanimously to preserve those benefits for all of 2024. That was a formal motion, second, and unanimous membership vote. So there was in fact a membership vote preserving those benefits. So if there is no later membership vote reversing the action, then the original membership decision remains in effect. The chapter Facebook post also announced the later change stating no longer free day ride stalls with primitive campsites, and replace those benefits with volunteer hours, etc., and vouchers. So we know the policy changed. The question is not whether it was changed. The question is under what authority it was changed. For the record, during the same prior discussion, the chair also stated, and I quote, if you look at this, if you go to that recording and you listen to it at the 31-second mark, you can hear the chair plainly state, "Well, I am doing what I was asked of me by Calhoun County." So this presents a second claim justification that the county required the change. Was that direction from the county provided in writing, Mr. Chair?
No.
No, it was not providing in writing. And we all know hearsay or verbal instruction does not hold up in court, nor does it hold up in this situation, because we're not sure that he was actually told it. It is now just his word. Good. The written decision is not presented, so there is no written decision, right? So, for the record, I personally spoke with the county attorney, Julie Borelli, this week on Wednesday, and she stated that the county's policy, as you stated just a moment ago, was not to get involved in chapter business, and that the county would not dictate, approve, or disapprove membership fees or membership perks. It is not the county's business how we run our club, our membership. Right? So we have now been told two things that have not been borne out to be true in a meeting, in a membership. Why would you trust what's being said now, is my question. Nevertheless, I also have a written statement that I would like to put into the minutes, please, here. And this is a affidavit signed by two of our members who went to the county commission during a working session and directly asked the county commission if they knew about the change in fees or if they directed it. And they said they didn't know anything about it. And then the administrator, Mr. Gaddy, said that he was aware of it, but he did not know it had been put in place. That could be in Vince's minutes, please. So there's no written county directive supporting the change and no evidence that the county commission insisted on it. So we have a formal unanimous membership vote preserving original benefits. We have no later membership vote reversing that. We have no written county directive. We only have a public announcement showing that the policy was changed. So my question is this. Was the decision to change membership perks made solely at the discretion of the chairman or the officers or the board without the approval of the membership? How was that decision made, Mr. Chairman?
It was made through the discussions that I was having with Jonathan Gaddy and the county commission.
Did the county commission tell you to do that? Who are our elected representatives who represent the power and the business of the county?
It was recommended that we.
It was recommended by whom?
Jonathan Gaddy.
Mr. Gaddy, who is the administrator, the minutes keeper, the agenda setter, not the county commissioner. And it's not in writing, correct?
No.
So I'm not disputing that the policy changed. It's indisputable, right? We're in fact trying to fine people because they're not paying to come out here, even though they're members. I'm asking on what authority it was changed. If the membership approved the original benefits and there was no later membership vote changing that decision, then unilateral action by the chairman or the officers of the board cannot override what the membership does under the bylaws. That is why this motion is necessary.
I move that the membership determine that the December 2023 membership vote preserving free primitive camping, free horse stalls, and no charge for member day rides remains in effect, that any later change to those membership perks made without a subsequent vote of the membership is null and void, and that the original membership benefits be immediately restored unless and until changed by a future vote of the membership.
Before speaking on this motion, I want to note on the record that the member affected by this change in the membership benefits is not present today due to related exclusion, and that action was not approved by the membership as required by our bylaws. So there is a person here that cannot vote because she was excluded, and there is no law or rule or anything that gives anybody the right to exclude her. For the record.
Except by a membership vote.
Except by a membership vote, for the record.
I make a motion that we have a vote on this motion that was given.
I second it.
Mr. Chairman, can you read the motion again for the membership so we can make a proper vote?
Well, I think everybody heard you the first time.
We need you.
So.
For the record, we need it
For the
read by the
record,
chairman.
Kelly Moon, moves that the membership determined that the December 23 membership vote preserving free primitive camping, free horse stalls, and no charge for member day rides remain in effect, that any later change to those membership perks made without a subsequent vote of the membership is null and void, and that the original membership benefits be immediately restored until changed by a future vote of the membership. Well,
I think you have to call for all in favor.
let's just go ahead and all in favor. Do you want to revote this? Let's go.
Hold on. Point of order.
To
There
vote
was no
this.
revote.
To vote this. All in favor, raise your hand.
You don't want to vote on your choice?
You don't want to vote to keep
That's
it
11.
You can't vote on it today.
Yes, we can. This is not
You
amended.
can.
This is not a policy change to the bylaws.
We can vote on it.
It's
It's
just
only
saying that
on
we're
the
gonna go
bylaws.
back to what the policy originally was.
The free
'cause
perks
it
for
really never
members.
should have
So
changed.
only
Just
a
to be clear,
bylaw
we're
change
not
has to be
voting to
read and done
overturn
30
it.
days.
We're just saying the
We can
current
make the vote.
decision was invalid.
Everybody in favor, let's stay course. Everybody in favor, raise your hand.
Don't make sense, guys.
1, 2, 3,
Just giving us our voice.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So you're gonna,
All opposed? Everybody that opposes, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So the opposed win. It stays in effect. Go ahead, Karen.
If we're split, what y'all want to split from the county? Y'all gonna be able to govern yourselves like you want to, but the county is gonna be governed by you board.
I'm with you, but the point is, we are not governing the trails like we want to. This decision to change the fees was done by one person, and it was changed, and we did not vote on it.
Didn't we just fix that?
No,
No,
actually, we
you
didn't.
have to
You just
post
said you are in
state
agreement with the
back-
dictatorial state, or a decision by the chair.
Well,
Now,
right.
if we need to change the structure of the fees, that's great, but we should vote for that.
Okay, wait a minute, she's trying to finish.
What I was wanting to say is, once we split, we're not gonna have, a is what they're gonna charge us to come down here, so this won't last for what, a month? I mean, I agree with a lot of stuff that's going on. We're all here to be horsemen. We wanna enjoy this place. There's two sides, and we need to come together. And, you know, condescending voices to everybody back and forth, but it hurts me on the inside. I want us to be all friends.
This is not about personalities, this is just about business.
It is business, but it's splitting, because y'all wanted it to split. There was a handful of people that have been bad mouthing us down here, and this is what it's coming to. I'm sorry that everybody can't be on the same page, but I hope one day we will.
This is just about simply saying the membership gets to make these decisions,
Well, you
not
will be
one
in
person.
backcountry horsemen,
That's
but
it.
you're not gonna be able to for the campground.
Ma'am, I'm gonna go with you back there. You've been real patient with me. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I'm just scared because we haven't seen the fine print on the split, and was there a committee appointed to make suggestions of what the split would look like or anything? Once they split, are you gonna block access to these CHA members at the road? Because you have, like, I just don't know what that looks like.
That's a good
And it
question.
doesn't sound like we're gonna be able to see what it looks like until it goes into effect.
It's gonna look like every other chapter. Every other chapter in the state will look exactly like that.
Yep.
That's what we look like.
Exactly. It looks
Actually,
just
that-
like every other chapter as far as
So
PCA.
what does that mean though?
That's a really good question, though.
But we
Amy.
need,
That's a good
point of order,
question.
we need to stay on the motion we're at, if we're done with
The
that.
motion was voted down.
Excellent.
I made that in the minutes.
Could I make one
Yes,
comment?
go ahead.
How many people are here today? I think we counted, 30 with the vote? We have 100, how many, Judy?
Voting members are 103.
Yeah.
Voting members.
Here's what Judy and I found in our work capacity. We had some people come from like South Carolina, and they brought 7 horses. They stayed for 4 days, and they came up here and joined before they paid, because they heard that if they were members, they didn't have to pay for stalls. And so that was something that we considered, or why we considered the stalls not being free. It's not to these members that are here and work, be it Sassy Tales or 4-H or the kitchen or the office, wherever. It's for those that were taking advantage of being members just for the perks. And that's why let me just finish and then I'm through. So the idea of the vouchers and keeping up with the volunteer hours, we thought that would be more fair.
It just has to be a membership vote. All the way you said is totally valid and completely understandable. It just has to be voted on by the membership.
Okay, but I just wanted y'all to understand
Fair enough.
why
It's
it
totally
came about.
valid, yeah.
I have one other motion I'd like to make, or one other discussion I'd like to make, Mr. Chair. I do have a second governance question affecting membership. The question relates to a recent activity, and I'm not sure if everyone is aware of this, but please be aware of this, where a member was excluded for riding privileges and prohibited from entering the McClellan Horse Trails property for a period of 90 days following an incident discussed by the board, not a membership decision. I'm not addressing the details of the incidents at this time, only whether or not the action taken was followed the process required by the bylaws. Can the chair confirm that a member was excluded from riding privileges and prohibited from entering the McClellan Horse Trail property for a period of 90 days, so-called eviction?
Yes.
These questions are to establish whether that action was approved by the membership. If the chair cannot confirm whether this was approved by the membership, I will proceed on the basis that it was not. Was this approved by the membership?
Give me just a minute. Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Article 8, Section 9, the chapter board of directors shall represent the chapter at the state and/or national board and vote for the chapter members when members are not in session.
Interesting. So now we do not have to give notice that we're gonna evict somebody, and we don't have to hold a membership vote, just because we conveniently wait in between meetings. Is that correct? I will continue with my questions, Mr. Chairman. Was this presented to the membership approval, for membership approval prior to implementation?
No.
No. Was it exclusion approved by a vote of the membership at a regular meeting? No. Was the member provided an opportunity to respond or defend against this action prior to its implementation? No. If no such process was provided, and this action is taken unilaterally without both membership approval and without a defined process under the bylaws, our bylaws require that the removal of a member be approved by the majority vote at a regular membership meeting. The bylaws do not authorize or define separate exclusion or restriction from the property outside of the membership vote. If this exclusion was not approved by the membership, then it appears it was implemented outside the process outlined in our bylaws. So I have copies of a written notice, if you would please distribute those. Unfortunately, we don't have enough for everybody. I'll just share 2 to a table. But membership, please. We are not contesting that the fees need to be changed. We're not contesting that we wanted to make, that the separation of the campground needs to occur. What we're contesting is these decisions should be made by the membership, not single entities. The board is not a board of regents. They are a board that answers to us. We make the decisions. This is our membership. The bylaws specifically state that numerous times. So, our bylaws require the removal of a member be approved by a majority vote at a regular membership meeting, and they require that notice be given the previous meeting of a vote to exclude a member. If this exclusion was not approved by the membership, then it appears to be implemented outside those processes allowed. So I have these copies, and I would just like you to take note. This is a transcript of the meeting itself, where the alleged threat occurred. You can also listen to the transcript here. We would be happy to play it for you if you would like to hear it.
Well, I would like to play that.
And in the backside, I would like you to note that this decision was made exclusively by the decision of the board. And we have 2 signatories, one of whom is not a board member and 1 board member. So if they can do it to Ashley, they can do it to anybody that falls afoul of the chairman. Please beware. Pardon? I'm sorry.
She wasn't
anyone who doesn't pay.
That's not why she was there.
That's not why she was
kicked out.
evicted.
Do we have a copy of the eviction letter?
Yes, it's on the back of it.
On the back of your page is the letter that Ashley was sent and the reason she was evicted.
It has nothing to do with fees.
It has nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with fees.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying it didn't have anything to do with fees.
The eviction letter is on the back of the form. The eviction
All
letter
of
is on
the
the back of
comments
the
in
form.
the letter that she was given was because of something that she said to another board member. It wasn't because of the fees.
This is not because of fees. This is because of something that was said in a meeting. Right? And you can, I encourage you to listen to this. I encourage you to read the transcript. There is no threat. It's taken completely out of context. The statement that is, look at the letter.